Welcome to the Human 5 Project, the podcast where we cut straight to the breakthroughs that matter, the show where science meets self-optimization. I'm your host, Ultimate Biohacker 10X, and here we break down the real research, real data, and real dosing behind modern biohacking, from compounds and peptides to techniques, devices, lifestyle strategies, and performance protocols. Most people jump in and jump out before they get the gold, so we're keeping it tight and delivering the essential insights you need without the fluff. If you've taken the time to hit play, we'll make sure you walk away with valuable knowledge that can transform your approach to longevity, health optimization, and beyond. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Human 5 Project. And tonight we're diving into a topic that gets right into the soul of what biohacking is all about. The wisdom of nature versus the blunt force of synthetic pharmaceuticals. We're breaking down the idea of biological pathways, the body's existing roads, and contrasting them with the artificial highways we try to bulldoze into place with modern drugs. And we're going to look at how that affects the body's garbage disposal systems, especially the cytochrome P450 enzymes. I had a great conversation earlier, and a really killer point came up. When we flood the body with synthetic chemicals, that cleanup crew gets overwhelmed. Suddenly, it's not doing the day job that it was designed to do, like balancing hormones, detoxifying waste, and keeping everything running smoothly. If you've ever wondered why pharmaceutical drugs come with side effects or why peptides and biologics feel so much cleaner in the body, this episode is going to open some eyes. We're going to break it all down, back it with science, and we may even challenge a few holy grails of modern medicine. So hit play, grab a notebook, and let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. What do we actually mean when we talk about pathways? In biohacking language, a pathway is a familiar trail inside your body, a series of signals or chemical steps that the body already recognizes and has been running for literally thousands of years. When we use something like berberine or a peptide, we are not inventing a new process. We are simply turning up the volume on something the body already knows how to do. Think about AMPK for energy regulation, nitric oxide for blood flow, or ERR receptors for mitochondrial health. These are intrinsic systems. They are built in. When we amplify them gently, the body handles it gracefully, and it doesn't throw a tantrum. But now contrast that with many synthetic drugs. These drugs are often small molecules engineered in a lab specifically to hit a biological target hard and fast. They are not following nature's blueprint. They crash through the system like a sledgehammer hitting a nail. They create entirely new highways, routes the body has never even seen before, and then they force traffic down those routes whether the body is ready or not. Take beta blockers, for example, used for blood pressure. These drugs interfere with adrenaline receptors, but they do it in a way that is completely foreign to human biology. Yeah, they work, but they can also cause fatigue, depressive symptoms, and a sense of being disconnected, because the body has no natural mechanism for that kind of constant brake on the sympathetic nervous system. And the problem with these artificial highways is that they almost always come with tolls. And that brings us straight to the cytochrome P450 enzymes, the body's garbage disposal system. This family of enzymes in the liver is responsible for breaking down toxins, regulating hormones, and neutralizing environmental stressors. These enzymes were designed for things nature throws at us. They can handle plant compounds, dietary phytochemicals, natural hormones, even biological venom. But when you start flooding them with synthetic chemicals, things like SSRIs, statins, antipsychotics, these enzymes get swamped. Suddenly, they don't have the capacity to detoxify alcohol properly or clear estrogen or help metabolize testosterone. Side effects appear. Drug interactions multiply, and metabolism slows down. It's like having one janitor responsible for cleaning a stadium and then dumping truckloads of garbage on them every hour. Eventually, the system collapses. When a drug is unfamiliar to the body, it gets shunted right into the P450 system for breakdown, and once that happens, the system can easily become overloaded. Picture a busy airport. You have only so many runways. When only a handful of flights are arriving, your natural hormones, maybe a few plant compounds, the airport runs smoothly. But now imagine 100 synthetic airplanes showing up at the exact same time. The runways get jammed, flights are delayed, nothing runs the way it should. That is exactly what happens with your P450 enzymes. They become bottlenecked. A 2022 scientific review showed that more than half of all modern pharmaceutical drugs are metabolized by a single enzyme called CYP3A4. When multiple drugs compete for this enzyme, levels begin to spike or crash unpredictably. That is where drug interactions come from. That is where side effects emerge, and that is why patients on multiple medications often experience entirely new health problems that weren't there before. Meanwhile, natural pathways operate differently. They self-regulate. Peptides like BPC-157 or SLU-PP332 work by activating systems that already exist. Systems like mitochondrial biogenesis or tissue repair, and they do it without overwhelming the body's detox machinery. Biologics like monoclonal antibodies behave even more elegantly. These are massive protein structures. They mimic natural immune signals, and because of that, the body recognizes them as familiar. The cleanup crew doesn't get overwhelmed. There is no burden on the P450 system. They simply do their intended job. So, how do we preserve the body's garbage system? The answer is balance. First, we prioritize nature's toolkit: diet, sleep, and movement, and they keep the P450 highways clear and running efficiently. Foods like garlic and cruciferous vegetables contain compounds such as sulforaphane that actually boost P450 activity, allowing the body to detox more effectively. When pharmaceuticals are necessary, choose wisely. Compounds derived from nature or that mimic natural pathways tend to work more harmoniously with the body. Aspirin comes from willow bark. Heparin originates from animal tissues. These substances fit into natural metabolic slots that the body recognizes. If you're deep in the biohacking world, you'll notice most of us gravitate toward peptides and supplements rather than synthetic drugs. These tools speak the body's language. They don't create new pathways, they enhance the ones already built in. SLU-PP332 is a perfect example. Yes, it's a synthetic small molecule, but it targets ERR receptors that your body uses every time you exercise. It doesn't rewrite your biology, it simply upregulates a natural signal that your body is already familiar with. And this is the entire goal of biohacking: longevity without collateral damage. We want to support the body's operating system, not overwhelm it. Constant stress on the P450 system leads to metabolic chaos, increased disease risk, and ultimately a shorter health span. Nature's wisdom lies in subtlety. Pharmaceuticals are powerful tools, but they should be used like antibiotics for acute situations, not chronic maintenance. Now let's ask the big question: should we be using synthetic drugs at all? The honest answer is nuanced. In emergencies, pharmaceuticals are life-saving. If you are having a heart attack or fighting a dangerous infection, these drugs are indispensable. But for chronic everyday issues like high blood pressure, inflammation, or metabolic imbalance, why not start with nature's playbook? We have hawthorn for blood pressure, turmeric for inflammation, peptides for tissue repair, and mitochondrial enhancement. These tools don't shock the system, they strengthen it. So when the P450 system is overwhelmed, that is a red flag telling you that the body is fighting too much foreign input. Biohackers know this, and that's why we focus on NAD+ boosters, peptides, and lifestyle interventions. These are methods that amplify the body rather than override it. And from a longevity standpoint, preserving those enzymes is crucial. They regulate hormones, detoxify environmental stressors, and prevent metabolic dysfunction. When we protect the P450 system, we protect our entire biological lifespan. So let's bring this full circle. Think about those Belgian blue cows we mentioned earlier. They look incredible because of their myostatin mutation, but their hearts often struggle because the system wasn't designed for that extreme level of muscle mass. That is the cautionary tale. Force biology too hard, and eventually biology pushes back. Natural pathways are designed for resilience. Peptides and biologics respect those pathways. They don't overwhelm the body's garbage disposal. They collaborate with it. So here's the takeaway. Prioritize nature. Use pharmaceuticals strategically and only when necessary. Choose tools that align with your biology. Protect your P450 enzymes. Protect the pathways that allow you to detox, heal, and thrive. When you do that, you're not just managing symptoms, you are upgrading the entire operating system of your body. All right, let's wrap this up. If you're loving these deep dives and want to stay on the cutting edge of biohacking, longevity, and molecular optimization, Hit the subscribe button and share this episode with someone who is tired of side effects and ready for evolution level upgrades. And for more information on peptides, advanced supplements, and research-backed protocols, head over to biohackerdepot.com or peptidesphere.com. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know. Are you Team Nature or Team Pharma? And if you want a custom biohacker stack designed to protect your P450 system and elevate your longevity game, reach out. I've got protocols ready for you. Thanks for tuning in. Stay optimized, stay natural, and stay evolving. Thanks for listening to the Human Upgrade Project. If you found value in today's episode, share it with someone who's ready to elevate their biology. Make sure to follow the show for weekly deep dives into peptides, protocols, devices, lifestyle strategies, and the science of high-performance longevity. Until next time, stay curious, stay optimized, and stay 10X.